On a Saturday night, just as the clock struck 12, José, a 20-year-old young man from Guayaquil, chose a less traveled path through the old streets of his city, seeking to shorten the journey to his home. The gentle midnight breeze, laden with the fresh aroma of wet earth and the distinctive saltpeter of the Guayas River, caressed his face, giving him a brief respite from his tiredness. However, in his eagerness to arrive, José did not notice the subtle transformation of the environment around him. The shadows seemed to move with a cadence of their own, and the silence of the night became deeper, almost expectant. With each step he took, the young man ventured deeper into the heart of a scene that seemed to unfold before him, as if the very streets were guiding him toward a predestined encounter. And it was then, in that moment suspended in time, that José suddenly found himself before the presence that would change his destiny forever, the covered lady. On the threshold between reality and myth, this enigmatic figure emerged from the shadows, revealing herself not as a pursuer, but as an expected destination on José's path, a crossroads woven by the mystery of the Guayaquil night. When José felt this presence behind him and turned around, his eyes met the silhouette of the lady. Although her face was covered, something in her posture emanated an elegance and a supernatural grace. The young man felt a chill and a fear never before experienced, but curiosity drove him to stop. The lady approached slowly, and with each step, the air filled with a sweet and intoxicating perfume, a mix of jasmine and roses, so intense that it was almost palpable. The covered lady, according to the local elders, is an apparition that appears at night, especially when the full moon bathes the streets with its silvery light. She is dressed in black from head to toe, with a long dress that brushes the ground with every step she takes. Her face remains hidden under a thick black veil that challenges the curiosity of those who dare to look at her closely. More than just a nocturnal apparition, she is the embodiment of a forbidden desire, a fantasy wrapped in the dark folds of the night. Her aura is an intoxicating mix of mystery and seduction, a presence that ignites the imagination and awakens the deepest desires of those who cross her path. The lady's complexion is slender and curvaceous, outlining the silhouette of a figure that defies gravity with her grace and elegance. Every movement of hers is a dance, a silent invitation to follow her steps into the unknown. Her black dress, fitted to her body, accentuates her ethereal figure, suggesting more than it hides. The fabric, soft and fluid, plays with each curve, enveloping her in a mystery that both promises and provokes. The veil that covers her face is an enigma, a threshold between reality and desire. Although it hides her features, it hints at the promise of unimaginable beauty beneath, a beauty that does not need to be seen to be perceived. Men are drawn to her, driven by the longing to discover what lies behind that dark fabric, dreaming of being the chosen one to reveal the face that no one else can see. Beneath the veil, the lady's lips are sensed to be soft and tempting, a shadow of a smile that invites speculation and desire. Although no one has gazed into her eyes, it is said that they shine with a glow that promises secrets and adventures, a depth that promises to understand all unspoken desires and unrealized dreams. The perfume that accompanies her is the final touch of her seduction, a fragrance that blends the exotic with the familiar, evoking forgotten nights of passion and promises of future encounters. It is an aroma that clings to memory, a constant reminder of her presence, inviting to continue seeking her. long after she has disappeared into the mist of the night. The fascination men feel for the covered lady transcends mere curiosity about her hidden face or the aura of mystery that surrounds her. José, like so many before him, was drawn to what she embodies. An invitation to yearn for the forbidden, to dive into a love that goes beyond the mundane, transforming each encounter into an odyssey of discovery and revelation. For him, the lady became the personification of the ultimate adventure, an opportunity to challenge the confines of his own passion, to delve into the heart of a living mystery that mocks logic and human understanding. The covered lady, in her essence, acts as a reflection of the soul's most hidden longings, a figure who walks on the edge of reality and fantasy, offering a promise of love and desire that is as ethereal as she herself. Her sensuality lies not only in her appearance, but in her essence, in the ability to summon men to explore the most hidden corners of the heart and desire. José discovered in her not only the anticipation of witnessing unparalleled beauty, but also the possibility of experiencing a love as unfathomable and enigmatic as the very night that enveloped them. After being captivated by the enigmatic presence of the covered lady, José found himself caught in a whirlwind of emotions that defied his understanding. The curiosity and awe that the shadow-defying figure stirred within him led him to a turning point. Immersed in a state of mind where fear and fascination wove a complex web, José finally broke the silence that enveloped them. With a trembling voice, marked by fear of the unknown and an irresistible desire to discover more, he asked the question that echoed in his mind. "Who are you?" Hoping to unravel the mystery of that apparition that embodied both the promise of unfathomable love and the echo of ancient legends. The lady did not answer. Instead, she extended her hand towards him, inviting him to follow her. José, hypnotized by that gesture, felt his feet move, almost of their own accord. They walked together through the lonely streets, and despite his initial fear, José began to feel a strange peace. The lady's presence, though mysterious, did not seem threatening to him. After a few minutes, they stopped in front of an old mansion that seemed abandoned. The lady turned to him and slid off her veil. A supernatural stillness enveloped the air. José, holding his breath, watched as the dark fabric slowly parted, revealing the face that had been hidden for centuries. As the veil fell, the moonlight gently filtered through, illuminating the features that had been concealed from the world. For a brief moment, under the soft glow of the night, the lady's face was revealed in all its glory, eclipsing all the wonders of the world. It was a face of supernatural beauty, with features so perfect and symmetrical that they seemed sculpted by the gods themselves. Her skin glowed with an ethereal radiance, soft and luminous, framed by hair that cascaded in shadows and light. Her eyes, large and expressive, shone with an unfathomable depth, reflecting distant stars and galaxies, an entire cosmos of mysteries waiting to be discovered. Her lips, a soft and warm red, curved into a smile that promised eternal love and unimaginable happiness. However, as quickly as that vision of perfection appeared, it began to distort before José's horrified eyes. The incomparable beauty faded, replaced by a vision of pure terror. The once radiant skin turned pale and stretched over the bones like thin paper, marked by the scars of time and despair. The eyes, once filled with stars, were now dark pits of suffering and pain, void of all hope. The mouth, which had promised sweetness, twisted into a grotesque grimace, revealing sharp and uneven teeth, hungry for lost souls. José, unable to look away from the horror that unfolded before him, felt the most primal fear take hold of his being. The transformation of La Dama Tapada was a warning, a manifestation of the duality of existence, beauty and terror, life and death, love and damnation. In that face of horror, José saw the reflection of all human tragedies and sorrows, a truth so terrifying that no mortal mind could bear it without collapsing. José's last breath escaped in a silent whisper, his heart giving way to the unbearable weight of what he had witnessed. La Dama Tapada, with her face now covered again by the veil, leaned over him, her empty eyes filled with immortal sadness. With a delicate gesture, she closed José's eyes, offering him the eternal peace that only death could bring. The men who have encountered La Dama Tapada are not chosen at random. They are those whose souls are at a crossroads, lost between desire and duty, passion and reason. They are men who, in some way, seek redemption or escape from their own complex and often turbulent realities. La Dama Tapada does not discriminate by wealth or status, but by the quality of the heart and the depth of the secrets kept. Sabah, the covered lady, is therefore not only a harbinger of death, but also a messenger of truth. Through her presence, those she crosses paths with are forced to face the deepest truths of their lives, unexpressed desires, and hidden regrets. In her silence, there is a call to live with authenticity, to reconcile with the past, and to embrace the present with courage and honesty. Thus, the legend of the covered lady endures, not only as a tale to frighten the unwary on full moon nights, but as a deeper narrative about life, death, and the eternal search for meaning. In the streets of Guayaquil, in the stories shared in hushed tones, the covered lady lives on, an eternal mystery that continues to fascinate, teach, and remind us of the enigmatic beauty of human existence.